Welcome to Mythical More. If you're like me, you love a weird street name, something that makes you giggle, makes you squirm, makes you say, prove it. That can't be real. And then Stevie's like, well, let me show you right here on Google Maps. And I'm like, well, look at what you did. You've proven it.
And if you're like me, you like to boogie down now.
I did that all with the upper body.
Upper body?
You know, I find that if I just flail my arms, it seems like I'm being really active, but my heart rate didn't go up.
Because your heart's not connected to your arms.
Nope, that's right.
A lot of people don't know that.
You know what? My heart rate did go up a little bit, but not nearly as much as it could have.
I opened up a cadaver one time and searched for the connection. Arms to heart. Couldn't find it. I followed a lot of things from the arm, but they all led to the shoulder.
Right.
And then the shoulder was just next to the heart, but nothing connected to the heart from the shoulder. It's weird. You get yourself a cadaver, you'll see what I mean.
Streets.
1-800 cadaver.
We all have them. We're all near them.
What's the weirdest
some
street?
Some of them have weird names.
What's the weirdest street you remember as a kid? Anybody?
Johnson Pond Road. Just think about a pond full of Johnsons.
Johnson Pond Road. We had James Slaughter.
James Slaughter Road, yeah.
I don't know, maybe there's not that many weird ones where we come from.
I mean, just think about it, a pond full of Johnsons.
Yeah, that.
Stevie, what's the weirdest road?
I was trying to think about, I was trying to go over my Greensboro street names, but I can't really think of any. My dad did have which I think I told at the time, a good dad joke. When we were out in the country, there was a street that I believe was Laurel Street.
Okay.
And he pointed at it and he was like, you ever been on Yanny Street? It was a Laurel Yanny joke.
Oh!
It was that recent, huh?
It was that recent.
Well,
I think that was like 5 years
ago. It was in the internet age.
But it was in the
Yeah.
time when that joke was made.
Yeah.
So it was like within like a month of it.
It's a good one, right? That's a good joke.
That's really good.
We don't have any fun street
informed.
names in Greensboro. Friendly's a little weird of a street name, I guess. Friendly and Market Street.
But you know what? Sometimes I pick up
Friendly Street?
Sometimes I take a piece of gold out of my pocket, and I'm like, "Is this gold or blue?" That's my dad joke that I do. I carry a piece of gold. A lot of y'all didn't know about that. That's.
I've never seen it. Let me see it.
I don't have it right now.
All right.
Wiener. The name of the street.
Wiener. I just said my safe word is wiener.
Wiener Cutoff Road.
Oh!
With part of the road in Wiener, Arkansas, and the other part in Harrisburg.
You know, it's the Wiener
Arkansas.
cutoff.
Wiener Cutoff Road? It's so you don't have to go through the wiener.
You got to go through the wiener. You go around the wiener.
Wiener Cutoff Road?
Interestingly, the shoulder was connected to the wiener in that cadaver.
So if you like punch the shoulder.
Ow!
Yeah, I heard you.
I felt it in my wiener. That's real, man.
What does this do?
Oh, hey, well, you better watch out. You better don't do that too many times.
I think this is real.
This is real.
Wiener
man.
Cutoff.
Wiener
Because
cutoff,
they didn't think about it. It was like, oh, well, this is how you get around.
It's a cutoff
around Wiener, which is, I just think of Wiener as a town.
Yeah.
You know, you say Wiener, I think town. Because I live in Wiener.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the city planning people had a time with this particular
They knew what they were
real
doing.
road name because it is real. Despite the name, the road is over 6 miles long.
There it is right there. You're showing it to us on Google Maps.
That's the flat part of Arkansas.
Oh, look, you can click right there to report a problem on Wiener Cutoff. I got a problem with my Wiener Cutoff. It wasn't clean. Wasn't a clean cut.
Is this
was
the
kinda
whole
jagged.
road? Oh,
No, this is just, man, look at that little farmhouse with some
yeah. What if
tractors and
what if your
stuff.
address was Wiener Cutoff Road? Rhett McLaughlin.
1,
Wiener
2,
Cutoff
3,
Road.
Wiener cutoff.
Look at how that, yeah, see that, right on the edge of the cutoff, you got a farm built. It's like
With some
that's what happens when you cut off your wiener.
silos.
It grows a farm. It grafts. You can graft a farm onto your wiener cutoff. There's so much potential here. I hope they go. I hope they go uphill from here. What I'm asking is the next one this fun?
Ring Ding Dong Road.
Ring ding dong.
Ring Ding Dong in
Ring ding dong.
Busan, South Korea. Ring Ding Dong Road.
In
Ring
South
ding dong.
Korea. Ring a ding dong.
Ring a ding dong. I
I
think
think-
you can either ding dong or you can ring something.
No,
don't
I think
you can
because
ring a
you
ding
said
dong.
South Korea, you can't just make up a road and say it's in South Korea and it be ring ding dong. It has
Right.
to be real. I just don't think.
'cause that.
I think that was.
agree with you.
If you guys made this
you guys
up,
did that,
it's like
yeah, we're cutting it out.
I'm feeling kind of bad about the fact that you did this.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like it's not appropriate.
Okay. It is fake, but
Yeah,
it
not a
was
good
written
look,
by
guys.
a major K-pop fan who I won't name because Ring Ding Dong is a song by the K-pop group SHINee that actually had to be banned during college entrance exams because it was too addictive and distracted students on a national level.
So now I look like the bad guy.
Yeah, and you made me look like the bad guy.
Who is the K-pop fan? Is this you, Kaylin?
it's sort of my identity.
Yep. It's already been proven. You're quite the fangirl. For K-pop, for all types of stuff.
3 streets this time. That's what my copy said. 3 streets, 3 streets. This street, that street, and the other street in
This-
Nova Scotia, Canada.
This, that, and the other.
Oh, Nova
Nova
Scotia?
Scotia. Could it be that they only have 3 streets?
Well, you know how this is a thing that would happen in the South.
It's either this street, that street, or the other street.
Do you know that like a family would like have some land and like they would build a house on it and then like the daughter and the son would like build houses on it and then they would name it something.
Yeah, it's like
Thi-
private little
This is
roads.
I mean you can just name
like
a street, but they would
Timmy's
get,
Lane.
but they would get a real sign. This is like all over Harnett County, Wake County, right?
I like this.
Streets can be named anything, just so you know.
I think it has to say PVT for private on it.
I don't know. I didn't get that close to any.
You know in Ozark where Ruth lives
Yeah.
and others depending
by
on
the
what season
lake.
you're on.
By the lake.
No spoilers.
And it's like a little like the whole family has their own little trailer set up, but then it's like a mini town. It's not portrayed as a mini town,
Yeah. I love
but I
it.
kind of
Like
like,
a
it.
mobile home park?
It's but like branches of the family. It's like instead of having your own room, you have your own trailer
I
spot.
always thought that was a good idea. We had a dream
That's
at
fun.
one point
I like that.
to when we were younger to get 4 single wides and put them in a courtyard.
Yeah.
And it would be like, here's one single wide trailer, and then the other one. Well, you
Here's
got
another one.
but it's like you have to like
Yeah.
put a door on the end of a single wide, and then it backs on top of that one, and you go out of the door into the other one,
They connect, yeah.
and you do that all 4, and then there's grass. There's a above ground pool in the middle.
What was it? You said this was a dream of
This is
yours?
a dream we talked about.
It's a dream of ours.
We would have our families together in a
Yeah.
It's a corporate
in a
dream.
courtyard. Do you know they got triple wides now?
Whew, boy.
I walked in one. When we were thinking about what house we were going to buy back in Fuquay Varina, I took a little stop. I had driven past that trailer place on 401 so many times. I was like, I'm stopping in today. That triple wide sign is really got me.
It doesn't. They don't take walk-ins, do they?
Oh yeah, they do. That's all they take there. You think
You're not talking about the place where they
You
built
think the
them.
trailer sales place is by appointment only?
For some reason, I was thinking
No,
about
they don't take walk-ins there.
the trailer
That's a
manufacturing.
sophisticated operation.
Remember, there was a trailer manufacturing place.
I tried to get a job in high school.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about
Because
that
they paid
place.
$14 an hour in like 1994.
Yeah, because it was hot in there. But the middle of a triple wide trailer.
No, 401.
Yeah, the middle of a triple wide trailer.
You know how big a triple wide
There's
is?
no walls.
It's such an open floor plan. The triple wide that I didn't buy was less expensive and more square footage than the house I did buy.
Yeah, probably.
Because my
3
wife
times
was
that.
like, we can't have wheels on the house. And I was like, okay.
You can put picketing in front of the wheels.
I was like, yeah, we're going to do a whole thing. No one will ever know. No one will know.
What's the name of that street that
On
you're
Red
asking us
Street.
about?
It's true.
This
All that's
street,
real.
that street, and the other
Nova
street.
Scotia.
No.
It's real.
Oh,
All 3 streets are located right near one another on the coast of Porter's Lake.
this,
That
that, and
street
the other.
runs. You would think if you go down that street and take a right, you're on the other street. You know what I'm saying? Like you would think that street was a loop, but that's not how it is. This street goes all the way to the water, to the dock.
Well, the other street almost goes to the water. That street doesn't.
I wouldn't want to live on that street.
McDonald fencing at the intersection of this and that street.
I'm at the corner of that street and the other street.
911, I have an emergency. Where are you? Ah, this, that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. Porter's Lake.
McDonald, I didn't see that. You said that. I thought you were talking about. You're talking
McDonald's
about a fencing place.
Fencing Company, located strategically at the intersection of this and that.
Are those trailers? Those are long houses.
I think those are
Yes, they call them longhouses in
I think
Canada.
they're trailers.
A couple people got a double wide.
No triple wides.
Triple wides are tough to get on the highway.
All right. What else you got?
Far from Poopin Road.
Far from
And
Poopin.
also in
Far from
Arkansas.
Poopin? Far from Poopin, Arkansas.
Far
Is it
from-
one
from
word,
Poopin.
far from Poopin?
Yeah, far from Poopin. Far from...
Bogus. Ain't gonna happen.
So I get the implication is that you're far from a good place to poop. You can poop.
You're in the
listen,
middle of nowhere.
You can poop in your car. Mm-hmm. Sometimes planned, sometimes unplanned.
Well, if you're in the middle of, you're not quite in the middle of nowhere, because then you could just crap on anywhere you wanted.
The truth is, you're never really far from pooping unless you're constipated. That's the only time you're. In fact, you're as close to pooping. You can't get any closer to pooping. Just being a person. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You're never far from pooping.
I thought that the farthest you are from pooping is right after you pooped.
Not always, though.
Not
Sometimes
always.
it's like opening the dam.
I think sometimes it's like the farthest you are from pooping is the midpoint between your last and your next poop session. And sadly, you don't know when that is
You don't know.
until it's gone. You don't know when you're far from pooping. I'll tell you, I'm always ready to fart, though.
It's real.
So they're all been real.
What?
Well, no.
Are you kidding me?
Ring ding dong.
Oh,
fart.
no. Far from pooping.
Far from pooping.
It's in
sounds-
Arkansas, so it doesn't have an accent to it.
Far from pooping.
Far from pooping.
But
Where does it go?
I guess it would have an accent. It would
Where'd
just
you
be
go?
like, far from pooping.
Nearer to pooping.
man,
Turtle Head Lane.
Arkansas, man, they got lots of trees down there. You been there?
Can you? I want to know where this goes. If you're on 298, you hang a right. If you're going north on 298, hang a right on Far from Pooping.
I was recently. I showed you this the other day. I was in my contacts, needing to add someone to my contacts list, and I'm an Apple guy, so it's just like my contacts are still in like the contacts app on my computer, right?
Mine too.
And I brought up somebody. I started, typing in a new name, and then I saw a name under the name that I just added, and I was like, I haven't thought about this person in forever. And then I clicked on their name, and I saw in the notes part of the entry,
Yeah.
line by line directions to their home, because this is what we used to do. You would have to go to somebody's house. So you would go on the internet, you would go to MapQuest, you would put in your address, put in their address, it would put it out line by line, and then you would take it and cut and paste it into your contacts.
Well, you could print it out.
You
but
print
then
it out.
There would be ads on the.
But
on
it
the
was literally
printout.
like, start out on my street, go 0.1 miles, take a right. And that was how you got places. And it's like, there's a certain section of my contacts that have directions to their home, every turn by turn directions. It's just such a moment in time that I was like, I can't believe that
Thank
happened.
goodness that time has passed. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what hadn't passed? The future. You know what's happening in the future? Stevie's season 2 podcast with Nagin. Stevie, you gearing up for this?
I mean, it's happening in the future. It's happening currently while you're talking about it right now.
Best Friends Back All Right is already back for season 2 in the present.
Now, you didn't call it Best Friends Back Again.
That's too much to change.
All the art
Maybe
has to be
season
changed.
3. Huh?
All the art has to change.
Yeah. It's just, it would be too much.
You know what? Find the podcast you love best from the Mythical Pod showcase.
Showcase.
There's Ear Biscuits. There's Trevor Talks Too Much. There's Best Friends Back All Right. There's Dispatches from Myrtle Beach with my dad.
You can just open your ears and just lay back and take it all in.
Wherever you get your podcast.
Your Spodcasts.
Let's do another one.
Nut Swamp Road.
Nut Swamp.
Nut Swamp.
Road in Middleton Township, New Jersey.
This seems waiting to happen.
Well, I don't
Nut
think
Swamp.
I would have believed it if you had said anything but New Jersey.
I thought she said Tennessee.
Middletown, New Jersey. You know what is so weird is that not my thesis my senior year of college, but like, you know, you had to make a little short film, but I mean, this is Syracuse and not in the film department, so who are we kidding? But mine was called Middletown.
Middletown,
It
New
was-
Jersey.
What
Yeah.
was it about?
Well, it was a little dark and
What do you mean?
Give us a synopsis.
What do you mean?
it,
it was a little
well,
dark?
okay. It was about a high school in Middletown.
Really?
And then we won't go further than that because it was a little too on the nose for life that we're living now and not for a comedy show.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say 2 on the nose for yourself. I was gonna be like, it was a gay high school.
No, and I think one of the guys like in my group for that project actually is from this place in New Jersey, Middletown, New Jersey. And so
Yeah, I don't think there's a swamp there.
There's not swamps in New Jersey. I've searched.
didn't even look at this reveal before I talked, but it is real. And it is the namesake for an elementary school
Nut
nearby.
Swamp Elementary. Boy, once you dip them in, they get soggy.
Good Lord. I mean,
Nut Swamp.
right across the street from Thompson Middle School. Like, man, once you've gone into the nut swamp, you can do anything.
What do you think their mascot is?
A cat of some sort. I can't.
What do you think their mascot is? I think it's a wrinkly
It's a rash.
nutsack that looks like a tiger.
The nut swamp rash.
So close.
Creeping.
The tiger. Nut swamp tiger.
Yeah, but let me see his scrotum.
He's making a face that,
Somebody's grabbing his scrotum.
yeah.
Just pulling on it like pulling on some blinds.
They really doubled down.
You let it
He's
go, it's
wearing
like-
a nut swamp.
That's just in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Nut swamp.
Yeah.
Nut Swamp. All right, let's do a VO.
I hope that's not too risque for you two.
For you two.
Join Stevie and her high school best friend Nagin every week on their podcast, Best Friends Back All Right. Check it out wherever you listen to your podcasts.